Welcome to Yams Nation. All right, you see that man right there? Some people call him Terrance Gangsta Williams, born and raised in New Orleans. I like to call him Terrance Klansman Williams, and I'll tell you why later. Okay, he is the younger brother of Birdman and Slim Williams, the owners of Cash Money Records. Now, back in the 1990s, he was a feared gangster. He sold drugs, claimed lives, and wreaked a lot of havoc on his community. He considered those streets of New Orleans his playground, his kingdom. His kingdom that he built on suffering and destruction, just like a lot of them street dudes, okay? But he was convicted of his crimes and received a life sentence. But he was released after 23 years because he snitched on his dead homies. I guess they ain't pouring that liquor out for him now. Okay, he ratted on his dead homies, didn't care about what their families thought. All he cared about was himself. But now after being released, this man is all over social media doing interviews. He even created his own YouTube channel. And there's nothing wrong with that. He has the right to tell his story, right? But he also has the right to be criticized. A lot of these people who was in the streets, they don't understand that. That once you put yourself out there, you put yourself out there for criticism. Just like me, people gonna criticize me. I understand that, part of the game. Now he's over here doing all these interviews justifying his actions. Watch this video.
I don't regret none of that in life because I've never killed an innocent person. I've never raped a woman. I've never killed innocent children. I've never done that. So everything I did was streetwise, criminal on criminal.
Now you see, what about the families that was torn apart? The children that was left without fathers? The mothers that was left to mourn? People don't think about that. They only think about the other criminal, but that other criminal got family. Their family sometimes didn't choose that life, but they have to suffer. Okay, that life that man planned for all of us. Okay, there's a lot of trauma left in these communities because of men like him. I mean, his actions are still felt today. That's why I call him Terrance Klansman Williams. The man killed more black people than any single individual Klan member. And they killed a lot of people back in the day as a group. But as an individual, this man was ruthless. All his victims was black. Because we know if they wasn't, if all those victims was white, he'd been labeled something else. And he may have never seen the daylight. Okay, the man don't care about human life. He only cared about himself. And he's charming, he's likable. That's why he's becoming popular on social media. Okay, but I see past the facade. But what really made me want to do this video is when I seen him said this in that same interview.
Now, if you go look at, oh, you wrong for killing your own brothers. Yeah, well, brothers, we've been killing each other for the longest. That's what we've been doing. That's old from Africa, tribes on tribes. They've been warring and then getting rid of us. You know, our ancestors been doing that. And it's not good to talk about and brag about that, but that's just the fact. That's just how we come up.
Now, what he failed to realize, those was different times. Many of those tribal leaders were manipulated and controlled by European colonizers. A lot of those tribal conflicts were fueled to exploit Africa's resources. They fought to protect their land after external forces divided them and pent them against each other. People forget that. That's not in the history books. Okay? They wasn't part of a scheme to destroy their own communities, just to flaunt expensive jewelry, to wear designer jeans, to drive luxury cars. That's what these dudes did over here. These Klansters over here, that's what they do. They wasn't fighting to protect their community, to build their community up. They were doing that shit to destroy their communities. They participated in destruction because they had no gain. These people had no gain to get women without that blood money bait. Want to call themselves gangsters, sorry ass Klansters, killing your own people just so you can wear some nice shoes. Fuck you. Dudes be over 25 years old still talking about, I'm a Crip, I'm a Blood. Nah, bitch, you a government agent. Shut the fuck up, fool. Getting me started over here. Make all these excuses. My mama wasn't there. My mama was on drugs. My mama had to work all the time. No, you did it because you wanted to. You was an insecure punk. That's what you was. You got self-esteem from hurting other people. Stop it. Somebody just take some fucking responsibility and just say you're stupid. What was your excuse? Because you wanted to wear some nice clothes? Insecure bitch. Now, Terence Williams is all over social media. He don't care about the victims or their families. He has no remorse. Look at this interview he did with Vlad TV when Vlad asked him about one of his ops who killed his best friend back in the day, who's all over social media talking about what he did in New Orleans as well. One of Terence Williams' enemies, another Clanster. His name is Ripper, better known as Skipper out of the MILF, something like that. But he did an interview and they asked him, did he have remorse? And he said, yeah. Now, Vlad asked him the question, do he think Skip has remorse? And look what Terence Williams said.
You know, Skipper, and by the way, this is not UTP Skipper.
No.
Totally different Skipper.
Shout out to UTP
Yeah,
Skip.
it's a totally different person.
Yeah.
Said that he does have remorse over that situation. He does feel bad about it.
He lying. Let me tell you why. Because if he did, he wouldn't be on the internet bragging about it, talking about it. He lying.
Okay.
That boy lying.
Isn't that what Mr. Williams is doing all over social media? Now, I'm not saying a person can't change their life and do better. Anybody can do that. However, some people like him, they don't change. They just get older, man. They just get older, okay? Because he's likable and got a charming personality, people mistake that shit as he changed his life. But in reality, he didn't change. He just aged out the game. If the man didn't age, he would still be out there doing the shit if he didn't get caught. And now he want to come and be on social media talking about this shit, smiling and smirking like the shit's funny. Communities are still suffering out there for people like him. Okay, that's it in this video. Click, subscribe, and hit that notification button on your way out. Please do that.